How's it going, everyone? I'm Al, and today the map is Neo-Humanity. First of all, we have a South Korean Terran player in the top left corner. It is Cure. His opponent, our blue Zerg player in the bottom right, also from South Korea. It is RagnaroK. Alrighty, so Neo-Humanity, a little bit of a different map with a little bit of opportunity for things to be made a little bit interesting. I've officially decided that I don't like playing on this map, but I kind of enjoy watching matches. So you got these gold minerals here, which leads to this base here. So players can choose to either take their third over here, which kind of gives them a long walk around, or they can mine out these gold little patches and take the base here. I don't quite like this because your defense around here is really long. So, you know, if your opponent gets in here and you don't see it, well, sorry, in here into this stage, and you don't see it, you've got to come down this ramp, and if you've only mined out a little bit, yeah, you run out of space. But anyway, that's the map. You also got the nice slowing zones. You're starting out with an SCV scout, going into a Reaper, playing a standard build. Now, Cure as a player is someone that I feel like he's dropped off a little bit in terms of his popularity, but definitely not his skill. He is a solid Terran player who, not too long ago, maybe a year ago or so, he was kind of considered to be, you know, climbing up there to Maru levels. And recently, I don't know, I haven't been hearing as much about him, but also I haven't really been seeing him as often in tournaments and things. I don't think he had the best run at Katowice, the World Championships. I'm going to quickly check. Alright, so I had a look, and the reason why I can't remember, focusing on the gas, how he did it the World Championships was because he didn't do very well. He didn't even get out the group stages. He lost to Dark, he lost to RagnaroK, this is actually not the same game, and he lost to... I literally just looked at it and I forgot. But it was another solid player. So yeah, Oliveira, that's it, Oliveira, who obviously went on to win the entire tournament. So, you know, since then there haven't been too many tournaments, and I obviously don't keep up with all of the open cups. I actually would love to cast them, but the replays are a little bit hard to come by. So yeah, but now I watched him earlier today, actually, when I'm recording this. I'm recording this on a Sunday. That Reaper gets chased away. And he was playing in the Gamers Without Borders tournament, and he looked amazing there. And it's like, okay, well, maybe this is not a player you should be sleeping on, because he looked really strong. So yeah, we'll see what he does in this map. See if he can get his revenge from Katowice against RagnaroK. This is also a little bit of an older replay. It was played a couple of weeks ago, not too long. So obviously his form today and in this game could be a little bit different. Anyway, the Zerg opponent, RagnaroK, definitely an underrated Zerg player. First of all, because he's got a pretty sick name. And second of all, he's really good. He's always been up there with the Zergs. You know, if you look at him in GSL and stuff, which is really where you've got to look at a lot of the Koreans where they're playing, he was making top 16 quite regularly. And yeah, he's good. In one of the recent ones, he actually went really deep. I want to say he came to the finals with Maru. It is him, I'm thinking. I'm suddenly, you see, this is why I shouldn't cast on a Sunday. My brain has gone up. Alright, we're going to have another pause. Alright. My memory is weird. What I'm saying is not wrong. He did go to a finals against Maru, but it was in GSL Code S Season 3, which was in 2022. So it was the last GSL of 2022. So, a little bit ago. But yeah, anyway, definitely a solid Zerg player. Loves his mid game. Pushes, he loves playing around in that mid game, using link banes. and Mutalisks. He is a big Mutalisk person, so I'm expecting at some stage to maybe see a little bit of Lingbane Muta. Maybe not, but he generally does enjoy his Spire play. Yeah, and it's pretty solid. He plays it very solid. Anyway, Cure's coming out with a double medevac and 16 Marines. He's going to go stimming in, see what he can get done, clear up a little bit of creep. There are a ton of queens to defend. So yeah, this is kind of what I'm talking about, this position. The queens have got to come all the way around. They do come in nice and quickly, so RagnaroK spotted it early. But it can make for some awkward positions. But yeah, he's got Lingbane, yeah, RagnaroK that is. And the queens are defending, so he's not going to take too much damage from this, if any at all. Gets a queen. Queen's trying to get rid of that medevac. Actually gets another one. Surround is going to come in here now though. Banelings are going to get rid of those Hellions. The Marines are still alive. They're going to keep pushing. Gets another queen. That's always good. I mean, queens are just a gas unit, but still, you don't want to really be losing them. Behind this, he's also gotten his third base with some really solid play. RagnaroK's gone up to his fourth. He's continuing with his Lingbane, and he disappoints me because now he goes for Hydra, so now he makes me look like an idiot. Thanks for that one, RagnaroK. Oopsie. And I'm centering on the wrong thing. But yeah, Cure is very much a textbook Terran. So he's not a Gumio. He's very similar in style to Maru. Obviously, Maru is just defensively super solid. But Cure's one of those. He's going to go for his bio. He's going to be pushing frequently. He's going to be trying to keep the tempo in his favor, keep doing damage. And already here we see a big push coming down. Marines and tanks. So this army could deal nice damage. Tanks sieging up here in a decent position. The bio's going to stem forward. Yeah, I did say it right. Suddenly I stumbled over my words. Clearing up a little bit of creep. Cure really wants to make this area, or as little creep possible as possible in this area, so that he can, you know, continue pushing down. RagnaroK is setting up for a little bit of a surround. Cure, it seems, is quite awake, so he's not going to allow himself to be hit like that. Keeping a group of Marines behind here with the tanks, and another group on this side. So far, pretty solid play from both players. The losses, not drastic. I mean, quite a bunch of Zerglings going down for RagnaroK, but I mean, it's just Zerglings. And Cure's going to take this position. He's moving the tank forward, sieging it up here nicely by the Xel'Naga tower. Banelings do have their speed though, so Cure's got to be careful. His splits have got to be on point. While this is happening, we do see a Ling run by coming up. There are reinforcements there to defend, so Cure is going to be pushing deeper into this area. He's got to be careful now. Some good target firing on those Banelings. Really good target firing. But the last couple of Marines that couldn't fit in the medevacs, yeah, they get caught. So that is actually really difficult. If you play a lot of StarCraft still, target firing Banelings when they're coming at you on creep, it's not easy at all. So yeah, very good micro here so far. Good engagement again. Cure's engagement so far seem really good. At the same time, this double medevac drop is here on the other side by the other Xel'Naga tower. Okay. Loses track of two medevacs. They go down to the Hydras. More Lingbane coming out this side. These medevacs have got to pick up. But here we go. Pushing from the other side onto the 5th base of RagnaroK. Cure is keeping a very good pace in this game. He's getting a little bit of a stim there again. He's going to move those medevacs forward. Queens are not going to be able to pick it off. At 6 drones going down, and these medevacs are still around. Got to be careful there. RagnaroK splitting up his army pretty decently. So he's not taking major damage. I say that. Look at the efficiency there for Cure. I mean, that's pretty insane. Getting rid of 14 workers. This Overlord is keeping a sharp eye. Oh, I can't even get there. Overlord, why are you so far away? I can't zoom in that far. He's keeping an eye on those medevacs, making sure they don't come in unexpected. Okay, Cure once again pushing with just a portion of his army, leapfrogging his tanks forward a little bit the whole time. I love this position he's going to get with this tank. It's going to be able to hit the drones in this mineral line. RagnaroK pulls away quick enough, and then they go straight back to work. So he's engaging very nicely, but he's got to be careful. There's a huge surround coming in here. The tank gets picked off. These marines get picked off. Reinforcements from the top are also getting picked off. At this stage, RagnaroK is starting to clean house really nicely. So for all of Cure's early game good engagements, RagnaroK just comes in and says, go away. Stomps out this attack. He's going to catch another... He's going to go back in for it. Catches another siege tank. Yeah, good little attack there by RagnaroK. I think that definitely would have evened it up quite a bit. I mean, it did even it up, but only just a bit. RagnaroK is losing a lot more. Upgrades 2-2 is done for both players. +3 melee attacks is actually on the way for RagnaroK, but Cure is not going for his 3-3 yet. And now it's Carapace as well. I'm a little bit nervous for that. I don't like the fact that he's not going for his 3-3. Cure thinks that he's going to be able to win soon, but he's got to be careful because here comes a big Ling Bane Hydra run by on this side. This planetary fortress is going to be in a lot of danger. It actually goes down, and RagnaroK gets a lot of those Zerg units out without them taking too much damage. The forward base here is going to be taken. I do like this base because, yeah, Cure can set up here and set up with missile turrets. He's going to make this a planetary fortress. It's a good little area to launch his attacks from because he can fall back to the safety of tanks and, yeah, the planetary, obviously. RagnaroK moving all of his army here to the right side. He's going to try get in here. Cure's going to have to pull back his army to defend this. These tanks are going to be in a little bit of trouble. The planetary is finished, but that's a lot of banelings, and boom, that's another planetary down. Some ghosts were on the way. No, they are on the way. They're finishing up now. So Cure's starting to get into his ghost tech. Obviously, the Terran late game unit that everyone really wants to get to. Oh, don't lose them. Alright, he doesn't. A couple of banelings hit the siege tank and the ghost, but they don't actually get any damage done. And now we see lurker tech coming up from RagnaroK. Big Terran army moving down here to the third base. Okay, splitting up his army, pre-splitting, making sure that the marauders are nice in front if a bunch of banelings come rolling through. But yeah, here comes RagnaroK straight through the middle. He's kind of wedging himself between both of those Terran armies. And a lot of the medevacs are starting to go down. The ghosts are down. There comes the spy eventually. A couple of snipes go down. So all in all, that engagement actually going the way of Cure. He's now going to be able to push aggressively onto this base. Yeah, it's not time yet to be able to get those lurkers yet. RagnaroK's having to use the army that he has, and this is quite tight. Don't overextend Cure. I think he may have just a little bit. That tank is running for its life. Alright. It's able to be protected. Liberators also coming up. Both players going into their late game tech at the moment. Any lurkers yet? No, RagnaroK's still trying to get out that second upgrade. The Spire, is that going to be for Broodlords, or is he going to go for a bunch of Mutas? Maybe Muta Harass? We'll see if the Greater Spire comes up right now. He's still waiting on that second lurker upgrade before the lurkers are really good enough to be used on offense. But yeah, he still doesn't have any lurkers. He's got 3 Vipers. Obviously the Zerg spell cost is very, very important in the late game Zerg army. Oh, there we go, 10 lurkers straight away. I think he should have made them a bit earlier. This base is being evacuated, and I think it is going to go down. Here comes the Zerg army. They're going to get us around on this. Actually, they're going to be not. They're not going to be able to. Ugh, talking hard. Cure's got himself nicely settled on his amount of bases. Surprised he hasn't taken that high yield gas, but I guess the Terran army doesn't really need to. As long as he can make Marines, he's going to be quite okay. Liberator's going to be pushing forward now, getting into these chokes along with the tanks. Cure's still splitting his army very nicely, giving himself a good platform to attack from. Cure's taking this very methodically, but at the same time, these lurkers are coming in. The Vipers are starting to pull all the tanks towards the lurkers. This planetary is being repaired. Good blinding clouds there. Here comes the Ghost to save the day. Planetary survives, but there was a lot of army that got taken out by those lurkers. Although that being said, all the lurkers did go down. At least majority of them. Big Baneling round. Ooh, a little bit of a surround here. Well, at least a attack from two sides from RagnaroK. Able to break this position once again. Cure's been on the attack for most of this game though. He's going, his 3-3 is almost finishing now. He's going into his vehicle attack upgrade. So those tanks are going to be hitting a little bit harder. He actually has +1 already. +2 is going to be really good because +2, yeah, makes those tanks hit really hard. Gotta be careful. Couple of snipes. Pew, pew, pew. Ooh, a couple of Vipers do abduct those ghosts, but RagnaroK not able to capitalize on that one. I'm loving this game. This is a very action-packed Terran versus Zerg. It's a big army. It's going to be trying to collapse onto this Terran army. Splits seem relatively decent, but there's a lot more Zerg. Cure is ahead in army supply. Watch out, those Banelings. He's got a lot of ghosts. 15 ghosts, 18 Marines. Wow. Cure reinforcing quite heavily. Got to be careful with those ghosts though. You don't want to be losing them. Tank's going to get sieged up and get destroyed immediately. Ghosts are still alive. They've run all the way back to that little choke. RagnaroK runs out of steam there with that attack. He just isn't able to get all of Cure's units. That was a really good game by Cure. Not that RagnaroK played poorly, but Cure was very methodical, splitting his units nice and early, just keeping on the offensive, which allowed him to get his economy nice and comfy at the back. And yeah, overall, very good game. I hope you enjoyed this one as much as I did. Yeah, excuse my Sunday ramblings and my speaking strangely. Kind of like that sentence right now. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.